Well, it looks like I'll address the Kim A debacle and the lies that were spread about going to her town and doxing and all this other stuff. We're going to address that one more time. Again. Because people just want to believe what's out there, what's been said, without even hearing my side of it. And going by what other people say because they've got the best sounding story. But I'm going to show you a different way to look at it. Let's start here.
Like right away, I had people get a hold of me and go, dude, Urban's at it again. He's putting all this stuff out on the food thing again and made these videos. And I'm like, and? What do you want me to do about it? You got to say something. No, I fucking don't.
And that's exactly it. Shitbags like this, and this, and this, and this, will conjure up a lie. And oh my God, Cox did this and Cox did that, without even really getting my side of it. Or it's just a straight up lie like Tacos would put out there. Like the current Vic story, which is bullshit. And then all of a sudden, this cat lady, chat room hall monitor, and this cat lady, chat room hall monitor, would get a hold of Kim and go, oh, Cox did this and Cox did that, and you gotta say something. And she would light up a stream. And oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that, Cox. And by the time, it doesn't matter what I retort or rebuttal with. I'm just a liar, right? but when I go to disprove it, it doesn't matter. He's horrible anyway. It doesn't matter if somebody's wrong or he's telling the truth. It doesn't matter, right? But I think the people in the background, one more time, were the ones that were the most responsible for creating the most fear. Her own friends running with bullshit and going to Kim and say, you gotta say something about it, you gotta do something.
People get a hold of me and go, dude, Urban's at it again. He's putting all this stuff out on the food thing again and made these videos. And I'm like, and? What do you want me to do about it? You got to say something. No, I fucking don't. The funny thing was...
So, who are all these people getting a hold of Mike and lighting him up with stupid shit? From videos, LARP videos, or educational videos. Who are all those people getting a hold of Mike or Kim and raising their threat level, their scared level, and go, you gotta say something, you gotta do something? Because somebody'd light up Kim, and all of a sudden she'd get a hold of me through Hangouts and go, the Civil War is going to start. And when's it going to start? People are saying it's the Civil War. It's going to be... Whoa, calm down, lady. I don't know what to tell you. So all these other people that want Kim all freaked out are on her own side. Because they would run with bullshit and get Kim all lit up. And then she'd start a stream, and then I'd smack back at it, and it would... They're already convinced, so it didn't matter what I say. There are many instances like that, especially with taking Vic to Buckeye, Arizona. The intent was to go do a LARP video on Locksmith in a public area with him knowing Locksmith wasn't even in the same state. He was in Colorado. If he would have been around there, I wouldn't have gone and messed with him because he already is a psycho, proven psycho. The way he rolled up on CPP Tommy. But you know, it wouldn't have mattered. The way Kim would light off. See, people don't realize that the valley of Phoenix, Arizona, The valley takes you an hour to drive across. On the east side is Apache Junction. Even farther east, I think, is Bisbee. Another hour out. The west side is in Buckeye. Takes you an hour to drive across the entire valley. It's that big. It wouldn't have mattered if I would have gone and done a LARP video in Mesa. I think Kim would have jumped up and go, "Oh my God, Cox came to my town," when she lived a half an hour away in a totally different city. So when I go to Buckeye, I didn't even know Kim lived in Buckeye. I knew that she might have lived in the valley. I didn't care. I don't care about people's addresses. I'm not an address doxer. You want to break the law, you want to mess with me, and you've got a court record, I'll dox the court record with your name. Or put your name in a title with a bolo like we did for Vic for being a map. And a sicko and a fucking weirdo that'll stick his dick into anything. Come to find out. Including animals, it looks like. He sure liked the goats next door, we'll put it that way. Really wanted to go over and meet him. These sick fucks. So, when Vic says he will come paint my car for me because I've already done a couple of videos for him publishing out the Lisa Stairs interview and releasing it on his channel, isn't just making stalker videos. So when he says he'll come paint my car for free for me because I already did a couple of videos for him, and then all of a sudden he wants to go down to Buckeye to do a LARP video on Locksmith, Ben Ogg. I was like, well shit, Ben Ogg already fucked me by joining with Nick Cuck and Predward, CP Edward, on some bullshit. I was like, yeah, I'll take you down there. It looks like I gotta go down that way anyways to go pick up some car parts to finish up painting the car. Vic was like, yeah, if you could do that, no problem, totally free on the paint job on the car. Well, what did Vic want me to do? Do all the publishing and producing and editing and still help out on painting on the car and everything, which I still did. So the deal was he would paint the car, do all the repairs. He wanted to do that. For a place to stay, free food, free cigarettes, and whatever else he wanted. It's like, yeah, sure, I could do that. I still got the shit end of the stick on that. So when I take him to Buckeye, do the LARP video, publish it a week later, Kim jumps up on her panel and she's going, "Oh my God, you doxed my town, Cox." Then a day or two later, it comes out that she said that I went to her house. I didn't even have her address. I didn't care where she lived. The only reason why I was swinging back at Kim or not is because she was all about in Scotty's puppy mill having douchebags like Edward and Mass One dox my name and my address with wrenched accounts from Spamton in Scotty's chat. Because I just wouldn't leave after they wanted to talk stupid shit. And Kim was totally about it. We've got the clip. Get him, Mass One. Overtalk him. He's a pedo supporter. After I find out they're the biggest pedo supporters by being part of Revolution Radio that was protecting pedos. Facts. Mark Connors, the case between Clovis and Kim and some CP shit coming up. That was all before we even knew what Ed's charges. So, no matter where it was at, and Kim's encouraging people to attack me, overtalk me when I'm trying to defend myself against accusations back then of hacking, doing tracers, because shitbags would just come up like Tacos or Nicola or Treach or Philemon or Yayo Mama or Mr. Jones. All of her little cuck boys want to make up shit, and she would run with it, and they would love it. So somebody would attack me for your clicks and clout and views and entertainment. So when she jumped up and says, oh my God, he did this and that and the other, it's because somebody else and all these other people were coming to her and saying, you gotta say something. It was her own crew that gave her the most heart problems. Me typing her name in a chat room and going to a town that she may have not even lived in because no one's proved that she actually lived in Buckeye. But then the story goes, oh, he went to her house. Aaron's driving people across state lines to go to people's houses, which is bullshit. Vic said to destroy me, he would go to shitbags like this and tell them lies so they would stay on me and destroy me. That's some troll shit. It's not even good super troll shit because Vic thinks he's LARPing and believable that he's traveling through the desert or coming to my town. And if he did, it's probably somebody like Sam Clinton that would pay him, or Tacos that said she would give him gas money to go do that. So I can even prove through financial records that I didn't even stay down in Buckeye for very long and left there and had lunch in a totally different town and got gas in a totally different town that afternoon. After leaving. After filming in a public area around Locksmith's business where he was dug up into a little freaking looked like a torture chamber with a big metal door, Suite 101, that was just like Suite 101 in 1984. So I wanted to go do a LARP video. I published it a week later, and Kim says, oh, he came to my house. Well, how would she know exactly when I filmed that? And then all of a sudden saying that somebody came to her house. I don't even believe now that people are saying that Kim had to move because of that. I don't think so. As a matter of fact, Kim's daughter claimed that she wanted to work at the VA hospital in Phoenix, or a VA hospital. Buckeye, it would take a half an hour or 40 minutes to drive into Buckeye, or actually into the VA hospital from Buckeye. So maybe they didn't even live in Buckeye, somewhere in Mesa or Chandler or somewhere in Phoenix. But because it was all part of the same valley, of course, Kim's going to freak out and go, he came to my town. I could have gone to Bisbee, which is another hour outside of Phoenix, and filmed a ghost town, and Kim probably would have freaked out and says, he went to my area to harass me. Because other shitbags already had her mood and her being scared so elevated. So, you can believe a shitbag like Vic and his stories and be a dumbass for all I give a shit. But the truth is, once again, I didn't even know Kim lived in Buckeye until she doxed herself. I don't need to go to people's houses. That's Vic's thing. Before I knew he was such a scumbag, he said when he goes to people's houses, he just wanted to put a post-it note up on their door and say, hey, you got served by Vic, as a joke. I didn't know all the other stuff that he liked to pick. He liked to get a voodoo doll and stick it with needles. I didn't know he wanted to claim that he was the devil himself and an undertaker. Right? And then play with the negative AI like a stupid warlock. I didn't even know he liked young girls until he did it in front of me, talking about a young waitress's ass that might maybe even been in high school. So, you guys got the problem, not me. Even Kim said she reported me to a task force. Of course, I'm going to swing back at that. Even Locke said he reported me to the police. Of course, I'm going to swing back at that. I even tried to go to Locksmith and see if I could smooth it over to see if he really filed charges on myself or Vic. That's when Vic freaked out. Tried to say I threw him up under the bus when I didn't. Then all of a sudden Vic threatens to commit suicide to me on the phone. I put out the evidence of his text message leading up to that where he says, if anything happens to me. I go, dude, there's nothing going to happen to you because there's too many eyes on the situation. He goes, no, he didn't mean that. He appreciated everything that I did for him. That's already been published, but no one wants to look at that. Even if I did, well, I did publish it, and still people are saying there's no evidence out there. So, once again, you got a case because Taco said it, or Cry Your Mama said it, or whoever said it, Miss Debbie, or Miss Lady Scorpio, or whoever all these people were that'll go to Mike and Kim and go, oh my God, you gotta say something that isn't true. Look back on what happened to Revolution Radio and them getting busted out hiding pedos. Because I think that's what, again, Kim was projecting off by saying other people or myself were hiding pedos. She's the one that got busted with her whole crew helping to hide pedos with Revolution Radio. And then all of a sudden, it gets busted out that she gave money to Predward to fucking drag me. Her big guy. And I guarantee her having to help hide, and I guarantee you that that whole crew knew about the charges the moment it happened, the raid happened on Edward L. Stairs. Because Angela knew. You think she's going to keep quiet about it the whole time? Hell no. I guarantee that whole crew knew, and they were trying to do damage control for something bigger. Something they had to cover because of the way they went from the Bundy situation to the Las Vegas Harvest Festival to the cop watchers to the drama, to the true crime drama side to the truckers with the CV-19er, and all of these different situations they got themselves in. I told them I was going to make them the news back in 2016 when they wanted to start telling lies on me. Because number one, I'm too busy and I don't want to collect people's addresses. Don't want it. Don't need it. To do any type of hacking or tracing of my chat rooms. That's what came out about Eric Shilkerson. He's the one that was doing tracers in his chat room, turning over the IP addresses to the FBI for some simple trolling. These guys were always involved with something, and then all of a sudden turning like it never freaking happened, especially being besties with Pete Santilli. All of a sudden it comes out he's a Fed. They don't know who the hell the guy is. Never heard of Pete Santilli before. Oh, Predward? No, never heard of that guy before. Oh, interview with his wife saying he raped her? That he raped her? Nah, she's lying. Never heard of that guy before. It's the way it was. But in the meantime, it was being so pressed in the background that I guarantee you, Kim knowing all of a sudden the truth about Ed, that's what gave her the heart attack. And all you low grade slimy motherfuckers that gotta try to help cover for that and figure out how you're gonna slime your way out of that one and lie and cheat and steal and whatever the heck else you were doing, that's what took Kim out the most. All I did is I swung back at her after, in Scotty's chat, she was loving it that I was being attacked, where my name, address, and behind the channel, where the channel name was my name, address, and behind it was multiple accounts. Raped babies. Biggest rapist in Arizona. Biggest chomo. Shit like that. She loved to see me get attacked like that. And that's why I would attack back at her. She even, I think, tried to set me up with something else where she was trying to figure out my location. With a bullshit story. All of a sudden, multiple times in Hangouts. It's a new Hangout or whatever. She'd get a hold of me. Aaron, you got to contact me immediately. I'm like, I'm too busy for this old lady's bullshit because it's all gaslighting anyways. And whoever's lighting her up in the background is feeding her full of bullshit. And I don't have the time to try to unwind it. So I didn't take Vic across state lines, nor to anybody's houses. Because I know better. I know the recording laws because it's why I got involved with the cop watchers. That's why I was interested in the pred catchers. To see how far you could take the camera without getting arrested for harassing a fucking chomo on the street. Or a dirty cop that's trafficking or a chomo himself. But they don't want that shit to come out. They didn't want that shit to happen. They had to twist it around that I went there to go to people's homes. Well, Locksmith, if that was his home, he sure held up in a little torture chamber where it seemed like, in my opinion, that he would go maybe have the ability to grab someone, throw him in his kidnapper van, take him back to Suite 101, and whatever the hell happened behind that big steel door in Suite 101. Buckeye Lock and Key with Ben Ogg. That motherfucker's got some shit to hide, but that doesn't matter. Especially, I think, from around 1996. Locksmith. Had some shit maybe go down in Oklahoma. That's why you maybe ended up in Arizona. You motherfuckers made the news, and I told you that back in 2016 for all your bullshit you went through. And all the cat ladies you have in the background lighting you up because they're so damn scared all they can do is sit behind their keyboard and talk shit all day. And be scared. When I'm the one trying to figure out how to make some change. Rest are just talking, big talking. But I never hated Kim even when she attacked me. What really pissed me off is she's saying that I'm hiding pedos when I know that they were all part of Revolution Radio hiding pedos.